If you're a fan of high-octane thrills, intense fight scenes, and unstoppable protagonists, then movies like John Wick are right up your alley. These action-packed films deliver non-stop combat and pulse-pounding fights that will keep you on the edge of your seat from start to finish. 6 Bullets. It is a 2012 action film, directed by Ernie Barbarosh. Set against the backdrop of human trafficking, the story follows Samson Gall, a former mercenary living in exile due to a tragic mission gone wrong. Soon, Gall is drawn back into action, when MMA fighter Andrew Faden seeks his help to rescue his daughter, Becky, who has been abducted by traffickers. As Gall faces this dangerous mission, he is haunted by his past failures, making the rescue not only a physical battle but a personal quest for redemption. The film delivers intense action sequences, with Van Damme's signature hand-to-hand combat and well-choreographed fight scenes. The predictability of the plot and conventional structure may limit its appeal for viewers seeking something novel, but Van Damme's performance and the film's emotional depth elevate it above typical action fare. Overall, 6 Bullets is a solid action thriller, combining gripping fight scenes with a heartfelt narrative about redemption and fatherhood. While not groundbreaking, it offers a tense and entertaining experience, particularly for fans of action. Nobody. Directed by Ilya Naishuller, it is a relentless action thriller that blends intense violence with dark humor. The film stars Bob Odenkirk as Hutch Mansell, a man living a monotonous suburban life with his distant family. But when burglars break into his home, and Hutch chooses not to retaliate, he's seen as weak. This event triggers a transformation, as Hutch taps into his buried skills as a ruthless, highly trained killer. His journey of rediscovering his true self leads him into a confrontation with dangerous Russian mobsters, turning his life into a brutal, explosive fight for survival. The film features gritty, realistic action sequences that are both brutal and stylish. The choreography is raw, emphasizing the visceral nature of the combat, while the dark humor adds a layer of absurdity to the violence. While the story follows a familiar revenge thriller formula seen in films like John Wick, it stands out for Odenkirk's unconventional casting. Overall, Nobody is a highly entertaining action film, delivering a cathartic experience through its blend of brutal fight scenes, dark humor, and a refreshing performance by Bob Odenkirk. The Equalizer. Directed by Antoine Fuqua, the film stars Denzel Washington as Robert McCall, a former Black Ops operative living a quiet life, working in a hardware store by day. His peaceful routine is disrupted when he befriends Terry, a young woman under the control of the Russian mob. After Terry is brutally assaulted, McCall's desire for a quiet life fades, and he takes it upon himself to exact justice on her behalf, reigniting his lethal skills in the process. The action is creatively brutal, with McCall using everyday objects like hammers, nails, and corkscrews to fight his enemies. Denzel Washington's portrayal of McCall elevates the film. He brings a calm intensity to the role, making McCall both relatable and formidable. While the plot follows a familiar revenge thriller formula, with a somewhat standard villain, the execution makes it engaging. Overall, it is a gripping action thriller, standing out due to Denzel Washington's captivating performance. Its mix of intense, creative action, and moral questions about justice and redemption make it a standout in the vigilante genre, delivering a satisfying story of one man's quest to protect the vulnerable and right the wrongs around him. Extraction. It is a 2020 action thriller, directed by Sam Hargrave, featuring Chris Hemsworth as Tyler Rake. The film is set against the backdrop of organized crime, kidnapping, and mercenary operations. The story follows Tyler Rake, a fearless mercenary with a dark past. He is hired to rescue the kidnapped son of an Indian crime lord, from Dhaka, Bangladesh. But when Rake's mission spirals into chaos, he is forced to battle local corrupt officials, gang members, and armed forces while trying to get the boy to safety. The film is packed with intense action sequences, including a highly praised 12-minute continuous shot that follows a chase through the streets of Dhaka. The plot is relatively straightforward, with a focus on non-stop action rather than deeper character exploration or plot twists. However, the film successfully delivers the adrenaline-pumping thrills that it promises, making it a solid watch for action fans. The Raid. Redemption. Directed by Gareth Evans, it is an Indonesian action film that gained international acclaim for its intense, non-stop fight sequences and gripping story. Set in Jakarta, the film follows rookie SWAT officer Rama, as he joins an elite unit on a mission to arrest crime lord Tama Riyadi. The action starts when the team enters a high-rise building under Tama's control, but soon finds themselves trapped, as they are met with violent resistance from Tama's armed henchmen. Their mission turns into a high-stakes fight for survival, as the team struggles to ascend the building, facing increasingly dangerous obstacles on every floor. The film's action is centered on martial art, delivering some of the most fluid and brutal fight choreography in modern cinema. The combat is raw, with every punch, kick, and weapon strike carrying weight. While Rama is an engaging protagonist, the supporting cast and villain, Tama, are underdeveloped in terms of backstory and motivation. However, the film compensates with its tightly executed action sequences and tension-filled narrative.